What goes up must come down is not an appropriate saying for this show known as Ups and Downs, because when we go through television shows such as WWE SmackDown that airs on Tuesday nights, you either get an up or you get a down. There is no in between. And I realised after I finished recording Ups and Downs for Raw yesterday, I didn't explain my voice. And everybody was like, Simon, what the hell have you done to your throat? I just lost my voice. That's it. Now it's slowly coming back. And until then, yeah, it would kind of sound like Kane when he used to have that voice boy. He's going, my name is Kane. And it doesn't sound like that at all. Anyway, I watch wrestling, so you don't have to. Let's up those downs. Now, I like the start to SmackDown. R-Truth came out, he took over Miz TV and pretended it was his own show as Corey Graves got more and more annoyed as this went on, even though that's a needless thing to get upset about. Then Daniel Bryan was the guest, so he walked his little tush down to the ring and said at WWE heads to Australia to have a wrestling event, he will beat The Miz and become the #1 contender. Nice and simple, easy stuff, gets it up. However, next to Truth's side, once again, was Carmella, and yet here we are a few weeks on from her amazing face turn. Well, there wasn't even a turn. My point is this, why is Carmella a good guy now? Considering especially that over the last few months, she was a mega asshole women's champion bad person. Sometimes you can go too far down the insulting the fans path, and I think that's what we've done here. You can't just go, Carmella's a good person now, and I get it, in 2018, there's no faces and there's no heels, apart from when we need there to be faces and heels. But this is ridiculous, it's stupid, and it just breaks continuity, and that's why, despite this only being the start to SmackDown Ups and Downs, it's not only getting the down I just gave it, but it's getting the brown down. Change that colour palette, make it look like, yes, there's a lot of people saying in the comments, that's the point, it looks like I didn't want to go with the brown down. I had my own stupid frown down because I wanted to keep it PG friendly, but all the audience like, no, make it the brown down, make it the brown down. And I listened. So you can't get mad about it now. Brown down. Anyway, after Truth and Carmella danced for a little bit, which made me want to kill myself, The Miz eventually arrived and he was pissed because everybody had been taking the mick out of him, and he too has decided he will beat Daniel Bryan at WWE Goes to Australia, whatever that's called, to become the #1 contender, and he especially knows this because he's happy to cheat to win, whereas Daniel Bryan has morals, and morals hold you back. Don't agree with that, but that's what The Miz thinks. Miz then turned his attention to Truth because he was annoyed that he'd stolen his show, and because this is wrestling, Paige then decided it would be R-Truth taking on The Miz, and whoever won would gain the rights to Miz TV. Yep, you heard me right, and all of that happened in around about the space of 10 minutes, and the whole time I felt like I was on drugs. It was a decent enough contest though, where of course Miz did win back the rights to his program. Get to know. Got the advantage by poking Truth in the eye, then he hit the skull-crushing finale, and then he stared at Daniel Bryan, who was on commentary, and he hit Daniel Bryan's running knee onto Truth and pinned him as if to say, I'm coming for you, Bryan, and you can't stop me. That's like the look he had on his face. Now, all of this was weird, but it was entertaining, so what are you going to do? More before SmackDown begun footage was next, because that is WWE's new favourite thing. However, I do like how they use it. Gets an up. Charlotte was taking some promo photos when from nowhere Becky Lynch arrived and whipped the Queen's ass. At one point, she even put her foot on like Charlotte's dead corpse. Charlotte wasn't dead, but that's what it looked like, and raised the title above her head. And you know what happened during all of this? Everybody cheered Becky Lynch. So we do actually now have the reverse Roman Reigns situation over on SmackDown. And you know what they say about insanity, or the definition of insanity? It's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Maybe WWE, you just want to listen to that and change things a little bit. Sheamus versus Big E was next to tie into the New Day taking on the Bar at Super Showdown. And you know what? It was decent enough, and it played off everything that happened with Cesaro and Kofi 7 days earlier. Gets it up. Started with Big E, Kingston, and Xavier running down Sheamus and Cesaro. They said Cesaro looked like Jason Statham, and they kind of took the mick out of Sheamus for being ginger. But then Big E actually lost after he was smacked in the face by the Bro Kick. Now, on the one hand, you could be cynical and just say, well, clearly WWE has done this because Sheamus and Cesaro needed something, and now they've won 2 singles matches back to back. But you know what? I don't care. Sometimes it's nice in the WWE for people just to win clean. I don't know what this is me cleaning. And that never happens. And now it's happened with Cesaro beating Kofi, and it's happened with Sheamus beating Big E, and Kofi even referenced that before the match. He put his hands up and say, hey man, you beat me fair and square. More of this please, it makes wrestling feel like a sport. Afterwards we cut to Paige begging AJ Styles not to do anything crazy during his contract signing with Samoa Joe later on because, and I quote, there's expensive equipment at ringside. Stuff like this is dumb. Down. However, Styles saying the only thing he plans to destroy is Joe was a good line, and we'll talk more about this later. All the fallout from everything between Aiden English and Rusev followed, and you know what? I actually thought it was quite entertaining. Get to know. It started exactly how you would expect. Rusev was hurt that his former best friend had attacked him, especially on Rusev Day, and he wanted answers. Aiden English came out and he said, because my friend, you never appreciated me and you let Lana get in the way. And then clearly English has been spending a lot of time learning video editing because he had 2 video packages to prove his point. They were very well done. They were very high end. So well done, Aiden. You've become a master of Premiere Pro CC. It then got saucy, however, because as Lana was protesting her innocence, Aiden said, well, if that's how you're going to be, maybe you want to tell Ruru about that one night in Milwaukee, insinuating that maybe there was a sideways shuffle between Lana and Aiden English. Rusev and Lana then basically spent the rest of the show with Rusev going, what was he talking about, Lana? And Lana being like, I don't know, man. I think that dude's crazy, and I like it. It added a little salt to the pepper. Everyone likes salt and pepper. They just go well together, and eventually Becky Lynch, she arrived too, and she was like, Lana, I'm going to kick your ass later, because they've got a match. Also though, and clearly I haven't been watching SmackDown hard enough, or maybe I missed it, or maybe it was just this episode especially, Lana's accent has completely disappeared unless she says Rusev. When she goes Rusev, she goes Rusev. But otherwise, she's just an American. What the hell is that about? I mean, how can you explain that? You can't. It's like Kofi Kingston when he lost his Jamaican accent and Triple H went, ha ha ha, what's happened? But that, I'm sorry, is nonsense. If you started watching wrestling like 2 months ago and then you got to the point where someone's accent disappeared, you're going to be like, this is stupid. Down. Asuka and Naomi, or the Empress and the Glow, whatever the hell they're calling themselves, then beat Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Now, while I am going to give a down to the setup of all of this, and you would have seen the clip on SmackDown, or you can go onto social media now and check it out, it was absolutely horrendous. Do you know what? For some reason, and I don't know why, I was actually quite entertained by this. It's getting an up. Not only do Asuka and Naomi have this cool finisher where they both kick somebody in the face, but I kind of started to think during it, maybe this is all building to the arrival of the SmackDown Women's Tag Team titles, because the Iconics won commentary too, and there's 3 teams. And if that is the case, I don't think that's bad all round. And at least we're using these women as opposed to having just vanish into dust, which is what Asuka was doing before this. And don't get me wrong, I still think we could do more with Asuka, but it's better than her being a ghost. Shinsuke Nakamura then lost to Ty Dillinger via DQ, and I really should give it a down. But I'm not going to give it a down. I'm intrigued, therefore I'm going to give it up. It was a standard match until the finish when Randy Orton turned up and just beat the hoo-ha out of Ty Dillinger. He threw him around, gave him the draping DDT, allowing Shinsuke Nakamura to then Kinshasa his head into the LED boards around the ring. The real question though is, what was this all about? Are Orton and Nakamura teaming up? Are we ever actually going to do anything with the US Championship? And where does this leave Ty Dillinger? Randy Orton let us know straight away he ain't going to feud with him. He only attacked Ty because he didn't like the whole 10 thing. But you got to imagine there's something more here, at least between Shinsuke and Randy. Otherwise, what the hell are we doing? It was then the Becky Lynch and Lana match after we had more of Rusev and Lana being like, well, no, Aiden English has ruined everything. But it was all right. Obviously, the champ won after the disarm match, and this was really all setting up Aiden English coming back into our screens once more and saying, fine, no one believes me. In 7 days' time, I'm going to show you video evidence. You know what? I'm kind of interested to see what he's going to do. What does he have? It's a bit like the whole Macho Man Ric Flair Liz angle from like, what was it, 25 years ago? It's a bit like that. That was a damn good angle. Maybe we can kind of do something similar here. And I very much enjoyed the closing angle for this episode of SmackDown with Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, and I enjoyed it so much, it's not just getting an up, it's getting a golden up. Paige and AJ Styles were in the ring criticizing contract signings because they always go awry before they're done. And that was a stupid thing to say. If you know that contract signings go badly, why on earth would you book one? Don't insult me. That was a down. However, when Samoa Joe didn't turn up, you could just tell that he was off somewhere being a psychopath, and that's exactly what he was doing, because no, he wasn't at SmackDown on this evening. He was at the house of AJ Styles. He said the champ was too far away to do anything about it, and also that he had a present for Styles' daughter, Annie. Throughout all of this, AJ was going crazy, going, please Joe, no, don't stay away from my family. Not how AJ Styles talks. And just as Joe was about to ring the doorbell, he looked right in the camera like I'm doing now, and he said, "Daddy's home," and then the screen cut to black. That was a bit like we were watching some kind of art house movie, but I don't care. Once again, Samoa Joe proves you can give him any material, you can give him any script, and he will make it work. And Styles actually also did a decent job of coming across like, man, what are you doing? You've got to calm down. This feud is great, and while the stipulation in Australia makes no sense, no count out, no DQ, that wasn't the problems they've had, I still can't wait to see it. That's what wrestling's all about. Make me want to watch what's coming next using the stuff you're doing in the present. Which brought us to the end of another SmackDown, and maybe I'm just in a good mood today, but I really enjoyed it. When it was done, I felt like it had flown past. I liked the 2 hours, I like all the angles. I was like, yeah, all right, WWE, especially given that your Raw rating did not do well at all. Let's hope SmackDown can drag those back up to at least normal levels. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's SmackDown. Like, share, and subscribe. Head on over to WhatCulture.com and read yourself some articles. And follow WhatCulture on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. My name is Simon from WhatCulture. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you soon.